Jack, a 2-2 draw in the derby today. Can I get your thoughts on the 90 minutes, please?
Well, to begin with, disappointment, because I think you know that you prepare a squad to win every game to try and win it and want to win it, especially here at our own stadium. And then when you add to that we were ahead twice in the match, so the first frustration and the initial frustration for the players in the changing room as well is disappointment. However, we always try and look for positives from it, and the fact that it's another point towards a total that we hope will make us successful this season. It's another week where it goes by where we're top of the league, but we would have liked to have won the game, and given the way the game panned out, then I feel as if we should have done enough to do that.
Like you say, the frustration at being ahead twice and conceding twice, probably the first one more frustrating as well, given you'd just taken the lead and then to concede almost immediately.
Yeah, that is something that's pointed to a lot in football in terms of concentration levels. What I would say is our initial reaction to scoring is good, because we actually go on the front foot again, and Lewis is really positive. It's a shot that takes a huge deflection, and a goal kick's given. What I would say is that I would take my share of responsibility, because I get caught up in the frustration of a poor refereeing decision and switch off to the reverse by kick that goes out to Mark Russell and makes progress and eventually leads to the equaliser. You know, some of the players got caught up in a wee bit as well, but you know, ultimately it's my job to lead, so I'll accept my share of the blame in that sense. But it's a wrong decision in the first instance. So in terms of concentration levels, you know, that is probably came about with some of the things that happened after the goal. It wasn't just a reaction to going ahead in the game. You've
talked a little bit about frustration at the referee's performance today. What was your thoughts on the award of a Morton penalty?
Well, I think overall I thought he had a disappointing match. Well within my rights to say whether or not I think it was a good game or an indifferent game, and I didn't think he was at his best today, Stephen. I spoke beforehand about I think he's one of our best referees, and I stand by that. But I think he had a poor game. I think that the decision leading up to their first equaliser was wrong. In fact, it is wrong, so I don't think it's wrong. Their penalty, I think, is fairly soft, but I think what I would say is that once Geiger gets the warning for being involved with Ricky Lamy prior to the corner kick being taken, I think you have to be ultra careful, but I still think there's not a lot in it. Probably the most frustrating one is Gavin Riley's towards the end of the game, because that's a penalty kick, there's no doubt about it. It's contact. Gavin's got a cut on his knee from it. I think watching the Morton's players' reactions to it, they feel it's a free kick as well, or sorry, a foul. So that's a big call to get wrong. So I felt as if there was an awful lot of decisions in a short period of time that went against us, and big decisions that have an impact upon the game. So yeah, I was frustrated in that sense in terms of his performance.
Just got to dust yourself off now next week and go away to Tannadice to face Dundee United.
Yeah, I said that your initial reaction, because of the emotion that's involved in this game and because of the way the game is, disappointment, but we have to always look at the strides we're taking forward as a club and as a team. Their character, their desire to try and win the game, because we spent most of the game on the front foot. It was a difficult game. Morton are a good side, and they make it incredibly difficult, very competitive. They have a threat in forward areas. And the message I stressed to the players there at the end is this is a really, really hard league to win. Really hard league to win, really hard league to get promoted from. Every game, there's very little between teams, and for us to go now, a couple of games into the next quarter and still remain top is brilliant. It's positive for us. Of course, we would have liked to have been by a greater cushion. It should have been the case if we'd managed to keep ourselves ahead today. But we go to Tannadice as league leaders next week. We go there in a great frame of mind, and a brilliant game for everybody involved in the club. Coming to the derby as league leaders, going to Tannadice as league leaders, that's better than not so long ago when we were going to these games as being bottom of the table. So big turnaround. We still want to get better. There's still scope to get better, but can't ask a lot more than what this group of players, this squad of players, give me on a daily basis, and what they're producing out there on a weekly basis as well.
Just finally, a word on the crowd today. It was the highest attended game since you became the manager here at the Paisley 2021 Stadium. Yeah,
I'm glad you've asked me, because I know we speak often enough about it, but today I thought they were outstanding. I thought the atmosphere that they generated from the first minute, I thought they stayed patient. I thought they got behind us. I thought their reaction at the end of the game, I was really encouraged by, because I know they'll be frustrated at, first of all, not winning another match, second of all, the fact that we've not beaten their closest rivals, which obviously has that extra emotion attached to it. But their reaction to the players at the end of the day was great, because we need that at times. The players need it. They need that to feel as if their efforts were appreciated, because there was a lot of effort out there today, and so a big thank you to them. And I think it probably just reflected how far we've came in a short period of time, because that atmosphere and feeling within the stadium was terrific. And although we dropped 2 points or gained one, whatever way you look upon it, I think they still believe that there's a squad out there that has a really good chance of delivering success for them, and that's our ambition. That's what keeps us going on a weekly basis, what keeps us going when we come in to train every day, and it'll be the case again when we come in on Monday.
Jack, thanks very much.